What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about question 705, design hash set on LeetCode. So, for this question, we are going to implement a myHashSet class. All we really need to do is implement these three methods, our add, contains, and remove. So basically, how LeetCode is going to check if we did a good job is we're going to check our .contains method. And literally it says here, even when we create a myHashSet, add, it's going to return null, null, null. However, when we do a .contains method, it's going to return a true and contains as well false. So LeetCode is going to look at our contains method. And if we return the correct value, true or false or true, anything of Boolean value is, if it's correct, LeetCode is going to say you did a good job. So all we really need to do is add and remove the correct values. And when we do call the .contains, it's going to return true or false, depending on the situation, which is obvious, but is important. Let's look at the constraints, right? I'm going to put double stars here because constraints are important. So it says at most 10 to the power 4 calls will be made. However, instead of this part, I want you guys to look at this part right here, this line. So it says key is going to be equal or bigger than 0, as well as for key is going to be smaller or equal to 1,000,000. So I'm going to give you guys an example. Let's just say key is bigger or equal to 0 and it's smaller to 10. What do you think the array size needs to be? So the array size in this case needs to be 11, because you guys might think we need array size of 10. However, if it goes from 1 to 10, or 10 will obviously be our answer. However, we also have, let me circle this in red, 0. So it goes from 1 to 10, and we're going to need another spot for 0, right? We're not going to add 0, sorry. We're going to add 1. So we're going to need a total of 11 spots for in this case. So if we want, so just for you guys to understand visually, I'm just going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you count this, this is a total of 11 values, because we really need to make an int array that can hold all of the values we really need. But in this case, it's going to be 11. If you count this, it's obviously going to be 11. And the reason why we're going to create this, and I said this in the first half, is obviously we really want to make a Boolean array, right? So let's just say we created a Boolean array with the size of 11. Boolean array. Let's just name this whatever. Let's just say B1 for Boolean 1. And let's just say we created it with size of 11. And we called it an add method right here. Add and remove method. Sorry, this add looks horrible. Let me write that down again. So let's do an add method. And let's do an add method for 7. If we do an add method 7, we're going to go to the 7th index in our array, basically, right? We're going to go to our index 7 and put this, I'm going to put this as green. Since this is going to be our Boolean array, as I said before, Boolean, I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to put this to true. So when we do a .contains 7 is going to return true, obviously. So let me just bring this part. Sorry, let me just bring this part down here. Yeah, so we're going to put 7 as true now, basically. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing good. For me, the weather is really nice. Comment down how the weather is. Okay, so we're gonna put 7 as true. Let's just do another example. Let's just say we're going to add um a good number. Let's just do 3. Then we're going to go through our index 3 and going to change this to, you guessed it correct, true basically. So that's all you really need to do. We're going to create an array the size 10, and we're going to go to that index and return true or false. Okay, guys. This is all you really need to do, and let's get straight into the code. And we are currently back. So what we really need to do, as I told you before, is we need to create a Boolean array. So let's create that real quick. Boolean array. Let's just name it anything. Boolean 1 will be fine. Oh, sorry. Boolean 1 will be fine. And whenever we want to create a constructor, an object, we're going to put Boolean array as new Boolean, and the size you guys want to guess? So it will go from 0 to 1,000,000. So obviously we want to put 1,000,001 values in our array. So let's go to our add and remove method next. Then we're going to go to, when we add a certain key, we want to go to boolean 1, go to that key and turn that into true. And the opposite is same for remove. We want to go to that key and turn it to false. And for contains, this is really easy. We just want to return what we have in B1 in the key, basically. That's all we really need to do. And let me put a semicolon behind there, check our code is correct. Run it. Yes, and this is going to be 99%. Guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment and please leave a like. Thank you.